Good evening and welcome to the Stoppage penalty show on the amateur football platform. My name is Fabrice, and again, thank you guys for watching and listening. I have Nana with me. Nana, how you doing, sir?
I'm blessed, brother. How are you?
I'm well. And again, this is like the power of social media and internet, and because we are now vibing from, well, I'm in London, UK, and you're in
Colombia.
So,
Cali. Yeah.
How's the weather in Colombia?
Hot. It's pretty warm. It rained. It rained yesterday night, so it's kind of cool now. But cool. I'm talking about 27.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, over here in England, we are kind of averaging about 24, 25. So, I'm not jealous at all.
Yeah, that's cool. That's around this time of the year. If you get that kind of weather in the UK, that's brilliant.
Cool. So, guys, I just want to thank Nana for coming on, and what this, I'd say, season is going to be about. It's literally about the people who have made the Stoppage Time penalty show what it is. You've seen Nana on I don't know, a plethora of shows. He's actually hosted the show, the only person that's actually hosted the show. So
yeah, I did it better than you too,
And you did it better than me. All right, okay. That's the only thing that you're better than me at. So that's all right.
Yeah. Well, should we remind the listeners? I kept you on the bench for almost 4 years.
So, but I was thinking, everyone's kind of got a journey. Everyone's got a story. So this Sunday, it's kind of all about Nana. So we'll be just kind of having just a kind of almost like a conversation stroke Q&A. So anyone in the kind of comments that wants to ask a question, please feel free. And then of course after the conversation with Nana, I have Shugsy coming on to talk about the Division 2 title contenders, and we'll be cutting that up around 9 o'clock. Anyway, let's go straight into it. And Nana, could you kind of tell us, just a little bit about you, where you come from? Just kind of take it away.
I won't even tell you my full name because it's gonna open a can of worms. But Nana Kwame is fine. Originally from Ghana, West Africa, black and proud. Been here in the UK for a bit, I think over 12 years consistently now. Working in the NHS. Again, been working in the NHS for almost 10 years now. And huge family. My life has been around football for as long as I can remember, and will continue to be for a very, very long time.
And what was it about London, England that attracted you to England, if that makes sense?
Nothing really, because I was a graphic designer back home.
Okay.
And I happened to, meet my wife, and then we had to move over. And that's the only reason why I moved here, because I was fine back home.
Okay. And is there kind of any part of the world, apart from England, that you think, I could actually thrive in this country?
Yeah. Colombia, here. Amazing city, amazing country. I think what we hear about on the TVs or what we see in the movies, Pablo Escobar and cocaine and drugs and this. That's not it. That is a lovely place. Weather's beautiful. They've got 4 seasons at any given time in the country. So, for example, if you're in Medellin, it's like a spring all throughout the year. If you're in Bogota, it's like pre-winter in the UK. say it's about like between 12 and 15 degrees. So you actually need a jacket. Um, if you're in Cali, it's like you are in Dubai. It's flipping hot, you know. And if you go to somewhere like Cartagena as well, again, crazy hot. But in parts of Bogota, it can be as cold that you can on the mountains you can get snow. This is Colombia, South America, So that's how diverse, the weather can be. I can easily see myself living here.
Okay, cool. So I've got a question from Flash Gordon, and this kind of ties into like something that I want to ask you. So what's the highest level of football that you've played? And Flash Gordon wants to know who you play for now.
I play for Catford Wanderers now. I would say the highest football I've played is university football. So, I mean, growing up, I was always running out of the house to go play football, and my dad wanted nothing to do with it. I'm sure if he knew how much money is in football right now, he would have made a different decision. I remember my dad literally asking me, the football and a book. He had them two in his hands.
Yeah.
And if I chose football, there was a whip next to that side, so I was going to get a lashing. So I chose football. I chose education. So I said, well, then that's it. I don't want you running out of the house playing football. I still did anyways, but my grades were okay, so he didn't bother too much. But it didn't let me dive deep into football like I would have wanted to, because in secondary school, away from primary, I played with the guys who were 2 or 3 years higher than me in class. So I was the smallest guy on the pitch. I was the youngest guy on the pitch most of the time. It was all about heart and grit and determination. And I also grew up on the borderlines of like a good neighborhood and the ghetto. So I could move in between, get street smart, how to manage myself, take care of myself on the football pitch, on the street, everywhere. I think that's what got me playing football, enjoying football. Because if it wasn't for that, probably nothing. Probably.
So because it was kind of very similar to me. So my like parents really kind of pushed their kind of books and the education side of it, and now I've kind of seen well, I can't say the opposite now, but I think now parents are now more like willing to actually listen to like listen to the kids, and and can also look at this kind of sporting opportunity as a legit profession. Were there kind of any footballers at the time that you kind of looked up to, and like you said, Dad, like I can be like this particular player?
So, as you already know, growing up with an African background, with African parents, around that time, they want nothing to do with football. I mean, my father was a chief and a scholar, so he was a chief accountant, a chartered accountant. So he wanted nothing to do with sports, anyways. So it was all about education. But my generation, my time is when we had Baby Pelés and Michael Asians coming through the systems, Tony Yeboahs, Stephen Appiah's, like Ghana's legends. So I grew up watching them win the Under-20 World Cup, beating Brazil in the final, that sort of thing. So I was always and I was good. I started as a striker, believe it or not. So I really wanted to play football, and those guys were the guys that I looked up to. Growing up, I used to run away from school to go and to go and watch the Premier League games. My uncles were all Liverpool because of John Barnes and then times. But since like '95-ish or just before that, it was always been United for me, and I've just always watched. The pinnacle of it for me was that Champions League treble season. That was high for me.
And to kind of probably deviate a little bit away from football, I mean, what's like being your biggest regret in life? And I know that's quite a quite a kind of big question, but
Yeah, I've got none. I've got none. Because I think every decision, every action has led me to where I am. I've got good, solid people around me. I've got my head screwed on. I've got a great family. I'm alive. I'm healthy. So I really have no regrets. Even with this football, I wouldn't say if I had opportunity, I would have pursued football. It is what it is. We all given a path. We all choose a path that we meant to follow. And so far as I'm still here, I've got my 2 hands and 2 feet, sound mind, healthy. I've got absolutely no regrets. I'll do everything the same all over again.
okay,
I'm happy in myself.
okay. So when was the last time that you argued on a football pitch, and why?
Bro, it'll probably be at my last training session. Because it's the passion in it is like people, for example, people come to training and they say it's training, so they want to go like 60, 70%. And I want to go at least 95%, because I believe it translates. What you do in translates. What you do in training translates onto the pitch or on the match day. So if somebody's lacking a little bit, or doing some flex or something, I'm like, hey, what are you on? That sort of thing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you can be very opinionated. You can always want to have the last word. Come on now,
Not the last word, per se. I just want people to see sense. That's all.
but I mean, but yeah, I mean, literally having that type of person around you, people like yourself that literally want the best for everyone around you, and literally who kind of wants to train at 90 or 95%. It's only going to benefit the team, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, we can call it argument, but sometimes it's always encouragement. It's always constructive criticism as well, to try and get the best out of people. Because, like I said, little lapse in judgment and moments, losing focus, translates on a Saturday onto the match day. So if you don't say now for them to correct it, or somebody telling me to do the same thing, maybe on Saturday we don't have the opportunity to do that. It costs us a goal, it costs us the game. So I think it's always good to have that fire in the belly. But the most important thing is able to get that information to the person without just screaming, shouting, or swearing. You
Yeah.
come to the same sort of level pegging, understanding that you can say, yeah, I see what you mean, and yeah, let's do this. Or even if you scream and shout, it's done in that moment, and then you carry on, because you just be able to pass that message on to the person and receive it, vice versa. And that's what it's about. We had big egos, big men. So it's always going to be a case of sometimes you might rub somebody, the wrong way, or because of the passion, you might forget how to get that information across. It's always important to try and get the right information across the right way, so that the person is focused on the game, as opposed to having an argument and throwing them off their game.
Yeah. You, I'd say at the beginning of this interview, you've been, well, not interview, but conversation, should I say, you mentioned family. I'd say the majority of the time, and I just kind of want, from your words, how important your family is to you regarding your football journey now. Because again, we are kind of now in our I'd say our kind of second stream of our football career, and yeah, what have they've done to kind of help you fulfill whatever you want to do now in this phase.
Yeah, I think growing up there was no support for football. But now, as a big man, my family is extremely important to me. I think you know me personally already. I would die for my family, and I would kill for my family. So that's by the by. But wife and kids, every maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, I'm away from the house for football. Um, so they're extremely important in terms of their support. You know, my wife, especially, letting me go out and play football and referee and do all sorts. Instead of spending time at that particular time with them. So I'm extremely grateful. But what I do in return is make sure that on the days that I'm not in football, I give them their time. I make sure I spend time with them, take my kids to the park, bring my family to football sometimes when I can. Just to balance it because it's extremely important. I mean, when I go and referee, my wife takes a cab every time I get home, and that's standard. She tells me, "Well, you're taking my time away, so if you come home, you have to share it with me." But fair play. I have no comments about that. So when I come, she opens her hands, and I say, "Okay, here you go,"
Yeah,
and
and
everybody's happy.
yeah, and you know what? Like it's all about communication and like being transparent. Now, because of course, we all have roles and responsibilities at home and also at work. So for us just to sometimes disappear on a training day and then the whole day on Saturday, that's kind of almost prime time for like families. So literally having that really honest conversation from the get go always helps, right?
Absolutely, 100%. I couldn't even agree more because we spend a lot of time away from our families in football. But the communication is key because the, there's so many things that we could be doing, so many stupid things that we could be doing out there, especially as a black man. And being a role model for your kids is very, very important. Doing the right things, going to the right places. Mrs. knows why I'm doing football. She's happy. She's content. She's settled. And all these conversations and communication that you're having with her, letting her know where you are. Your kids are watching you. They're learning. So it's good communication. It's good habits to practice when you are, when you want an understanding family, when you want everything to go right for you. And I believe that's the only way to go. It's not the way.
Okay, so talking about regrets, and we're gonna leave that aside. What's gonna be your biggest achievement in life and also in football?
In life, my family. My family's been my biggest achievement. We've been through ups and downs, and where I'm with my family now, I would say would be my biggest achievement. My kids. Yeah, I couldn't do anything without them. So in life, still being going through so much and still being healthy with a sound mind and happy. That I would say that would be in life. That would be my achievement, biggest achievement. In football, I haven't had much of a career because like I said, it was all education, education. As you know, football, I'm refereeing and playing. I have had the opportunity to referee some good academy games, like Crystal Palace, Charlton, under 18s, West Ham, Charlton. In refereeing, those have been I really had some really good cup final appointments for the London FA. And also, when I used to be with Independent, LSU at the time, where we won the first time we won
The Beckenham Cup.
the Beckenham Cup and the league.
That's when you got sent off in the final, right?
I
just
knew
wanna
you
know.
know shit. I knew
You
that was
know,
coming.
you know.
I knew, I knew that was gonna come. But hey, listen, that was a good achievement for me.
Because you know
The
what, like,
journey.
funny enough, I don't know if you, because I would like love for you to actually talk about that game because literally that was for me. Well, it was a surreal moment for me. But like, how like was it for you? Just the preparation and literally where we were at that present moment in time and coming into the game. I mean, yeah,
Bro,
like
that was something special. Not that game alone, but the whole season.
mm,
The journey from Peckham Town to LSU, people coming off the ship, people joining the ship, the hunger, the way we were able to gel as a group. Because I remember us playing Defiance and losing 9-1. That was the lowest moment for me for football. And I remember you and I had an interview before the next game we played Defiance. Just before the game, you had a recording actually, and I said to you, this is not going to be the same. If they think that they're going to turn us over like they did last time, they're in for a surprise. And I remember, listen, we weren't the best of players, but we just wouldn't stop. We just couldn't be beat. The family was so close knit that everybody was willing to die for each other. There was a consistency. There was a core group of players who were there every training session, every single game. And it made it so good when everybody was willing to die for each other on the pitch. So that journey throughout to the final, I think we went almost the whole season
almost the whole. Did we
in the
even?
league. I think we had the whole season unbeaten.
I can't remember. But what? I would probably refer to what you're talking about. It's almost like a flow state where like everyone was just as one, and like like it just felt as if no matter who came in or what the score was, if like we were winning, we were gonna win. If like we were losing, we were still gonna win. And yeah, that kind of defining moment against Defiance, the first game where like we lost, it was 8 or something,
9-1.
and then I still remember Paul's team talk afterwards. I've actually got that on film.
Yeah. That was a great game, and this is what we talk about: family and drive and hunger. Because I remember I played centre back, left back, midfield, in goal, anywhere, and it didn't matter where the gaffer put us on the pitch. You had to do a job, and we did it. And
Yeah.
on that day, before the first whistle, you knew that defense, even though we were division 4 at a time, and they were in division 1 doing very well, you knew that they were in for a fight, and we sort of rattled them from the beginning to the end. I remember the tackles going, well, obviously I got sent off, by a silly referee, because that was never a red card. But hey, that's just it.
Yeah.
But I went for every single challenge, every single ball, and it wasn't only me; it was everybody. You had a very, very good game that day. I can't even lie. That's probably the only good game you had in the 6 years I've known you. But hey, that's just it. But it was a very, very, very good spectacle of football, and we deserved to win. I think 10 against 11 for at least like 15 minutes, or something. We still battled it out. And my biggest moment was when Nell saved that penalty. I think we still have the video when we all rushed in, the relief,
It was madness,
the release. It was pandemonium. It was absolute bedlam. I remember screaming until my voice, I couldn't talk the next day. And this is it. I had my wife there, I had my daughter there, we had family there. So for her to see that this is what I do on a Saturday, and this is achievement, this is a crowning moment of the whole season, it made sense.
Yeah.
And she began to come to football even more, especially she won't come in winter, but in summer when it's nice and warm. You've seen her there, you see my kids there, so
Yeah.
that would be one of my biggest achievements in football.
So regarding your refereeing and I think I've said it anyway, but let me just say it again. I think you're easily one of the best refs that's some refs that I've seen and literally I've kind of played as well. And there was I want you to talk about it. It could have been very contentious. There was it was a Independent versus LSU B league game, and they somehow you was appointed referee, and of course and literally at the time you was an independent player. I mean, how that could have been very sticky, because of course there's kind of history between both like clubs, and for you to be an independent player to referee such a game of that type of magnitude at that time. I mean, again, what was your thought process, and did you
Yeah.
feel any pressure?
No, it's always been the same for me. So I'm grateful to God that I'm able to put on the referee shirt when I'm a referee, put on the footballing hat when I'm playing football. And integrity is absolutely crucial for me. You already know that. I mean, we are so short of referees. So if a game pops up and you need to be put on, you need to be put on. Yes, I've had affiliation with independent and the other time. So both teams, I've known both teams. And whatever I do as a referee, or every decision I give, it will be scrutinized. So I've made sure that from the very, very beginning, because this is not the first game I've done with teams that I've been affiliated to or no. And I've always made sure that there's never been a game when somebody come and say that's a contentious decision. It's because you played for LSU, Independent, or Peckham Town, or whatever. That's why you gave that decision. I've always been very extremely impartial, very firm. My team talk sometimes when I start with teams that I know. I'm like, yes, I know you guys, but today you don't know me. You don't call me my name on the pitch. You call me. I'm a referee. So you say ref. Don't call my name. Don't make anything personal. And I stick to that, and I've always stuck to that. So when after big games like these, and they come and shake my hand and say, "Oh, you had a very good game. I didn't think you were gonna do this or that," but it's always a pleasure to know that integrity is integral to everything I do, and I'm headed to the right direction. So the game ended well. The best team won. That's the thing, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I've talking about mental health, and talking about how like men, especially black men anyway, don't like talk about issues or problems that they're feeling. And if you kind of don't mind, Nana, of course, your kind of dearly beloved mum passed away this year. And I we were Paul, Coach Paul, and myself. We were at your mum's funeral, and I could tell by your body language that felt like he was hurting. So I just wanted to kind of ask you, how are you feeling now? And in those tough moments, those tough days, how do you get through those?
Bro, um, no words, no words. It was a exceptionally difficult time, and shout out to you guys for you, Paul, Jamal, all those who watched online. You guys attending, Tony, Ainsley, for attending the memorial. Um, it was a very difficult time, and no words can describe how you feel when you have someone so dear to you pass. They can be old, they can be young. The shock is like no other. You can be expecting it, but when it still happens, it's still like no other. Um, Growing up, you are as an African man, you are you are taught to be strong and show emotion, especially as a man. Don't cry. Take care of your sisters. Don't show any weakness. It's a sign of weakness. That's bullshit. Excuse my French. Sometimes you need a release. Sometimes you need a release. At the right time just scream and shout. There's moments when I've just taken my pillow and I've just screamed in the pillow, or cried. If it makes you feel better, it makes you feel better. But most importantly, just talk to someone. If you have a good network around you, talk to someone. It's good when you have good friends, because you called me a few times. Yeah, we had a chat, and others called me, and I'm truly grateful for that, because you need no man is an island. You need somebody to talk to in those times. And mental health is a thing. I think a lot of Africans are getting to getting to grips with it now. It is a thing. It's not. Growing up, I didn't know what stress was. If you're feeling stressed, you need to kick up your backside, and you're up and running. But it is a thing, and mental health is a serious issue. So if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling depressed, pick up the phone and talk to someone. And as black men especially, we shouldn't take it lightly. We should pick up the phone and call, our friends, our peoples from time to time. Just normal conversation. Just check on them, see how they're doing. Especially when they're going through something. Even if not, just pick up the phone and give them a chat. You never know how much that call is going to mean to them. I'm grateful I've had a good support network around me, and my catfoot team. They sorry, just somebody walking the door. That's my daughter. They I wasn't expecting it. They had my mom was 91. They had a whole bouquet of flowers, 91 flowers, on match day for me. They were Most of them were at home to the little setting that we had in the memorial, and I felt good. And it wasn't only Catfield. There were people from Independent. There's people from LSU. There's a lot of people around to support, and that lets you know that you are not alone.
Yeah.
That was really, really, really important for me. I think that really helped me go through what I was going through. It doesn't get any easier, but around that time, you needed people to help and support, and that's exactly what I needed. So when I tell you guys that I'm grateful for the support, for the kind words, I'm not even joking. You know, Paul, we go back and forth every time. He called me, almost every time he called me. So did you. So I'm really, really grateful. I wouldn't say time will tell. Time will tell. It's February. She died in February. Um, every day I go to work, I pass right in front of her where she used to live in the house. So it's a constant reminder. There's no other route that I can detour. But so every day I'm reminded that every Wednesday I used to branch left Forest Hill and go see her. We have a little talk, chit chat, have a bit of wine, that sort of thing. I'm reminded that it is what it is. I'm grateful for people like you and the others around to help through that situation. And if I didn't have people to talk to, I don't know how I would be now. So, people out there, especially the men, pick up the phone, just talk to someone. Whatever it is, just talk to someone. Have that bond, have that conversation. It really does help.
Yeah. And again, I just want to shout out Jamal, Ainsley, Tony Chin, Gaps, Paul, and also anyone that I've missed out who was there to actually support. So
Johnny,
thank you, Nana. Johnny as well. Johnny Clinton as well. So thank you, Nana. So refereeing. No, okay. So you've
I feel a
spoke
wet
about
question coming.
no, because when you was talking about your refereeing, because you went into very detailed stuff about your refereeing, but you've kind of played down your football achievements because you you know, playing university football, that's not easy as well. So, you know, so that is like still a career. But like for you, if you had to choose one, would it be refereeing or football?
Playing football, man.
Yeah.
Playing football. I've got football is it's different. I'm trying to find the words to explain. Like football, I'm actively involved and can determine the outcome of the game by my actions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, same with refereeing, but you cannot be partial. So referee is sort of like a man management sort of situation, and it's just 22 men. You are in the middle. You have to tell them to stop or penalize them, that sort of thing. So it's you are sometimes like on autopilot when you're refereeing, and there's no blueprint for refereeing. It's just about knowing the temperament of the game, knowing when to be firm, knowing when to be soft, when to relax, knowing when to let the game go on, and so on and so forth. But when I'm playing, I'm like in like beast mode. My my, my wife would tell you, "Hey, I don't recognize you when you're on the pitch." Like, yeah,
You're a madman. No, you know, you're a madman. You are. You are.
bro, it is what it is. Like I'm so passionate about winning that I'll put my body on the line for. Listen, I remember when did we play? Is it the VCD game last season? Or no, the season before we were independent. The first 2 minutes of the game, there was a challenge that I had no business winning. I remember I threw myself and cleaned my player and the opposition for that first tackle, just to know. I don't. We played at BCD. That's what I remember.
Was it the semi-final? Was it semi-final?
Semi-final, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where we played at. Was it their ground? We
played their ground. Yeah, ground. Yeah. I remember I threw myself, cleaned out my player and the opposition just to let them know that we ain't playing. And this is the passion. This is football. This is what I love. You know, being able to stand my authority when I can, be involved in the game. You know, that close family unit, a solid bond. I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up. If I was to choose one, it's always going to be playing. Okay. I mean, I can always still try and keep fit and referee when I'm way past my playing days. But football, I think there's a very still short, limited window. It's been education, work. Now there's a bit of time that we can enjoy ourselves. I'm 43 now. I don't think I have long to be actively playing in football.
You know what?
So, there's other things. There's probably other things I want to do, but to play at a very high level, like to go get to Division 1 and be solid and firm in Division 1 and win trophies or win a league, that sort of thing. I think within the next 5 years, I'd say
I think you've probably got a bit longer. I think the thing that I've seen now is that players are now looking after themselves a lot better. And, you know, players who are now like even 36, 37, 38, 39, they are probably still as quick, if not quicker, now.
But that's the thing, though. Listen, before, I would say maybe like 5 years ago, if you look at Division 2 and Division 1, there was still the older chaps in there for best football. Now, when they hit 35, and they used to play in open age football, they are coming straight into the best football. So the standard is so high now that if you don't keep yourself fit and absolutely sharp, you're going to have to be using every sinew of strength, every brain muscle to catch up with them. This is what I'm saying, that it's getting more fast-paced, more technical, more skillful, that the people in the upper echelons in terms of age, they're slow. They'll slowly have to fade out some way somehow, because it's just physics. You cannot, a 35-year-old and a 50-year-old. Unless he's absolutely fit, like a Ricardo. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You know, so, and they obviously want to enjoy the football, so they probably want to come down to the lower division so that they can be not work too extremely too hard to catch up and make, so that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing right now.
Just got a quote from Chris, the Wizard Hubbard, said, play football for as long as your body allows you to. Yeah, which is absolutely true. And then Cass from LSU Legends, Uncle Dave is 63 years old.
Bro,
and
I remember if it's the same day that,
yes,
yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. I played a game against him way back, bro.
Wow. Yes,
that guy took me for an absolute ride. And I was maybe like what 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. I like remember I played against him when like we were at Peckham Town and also at LSU as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was Peckham Town was friendly.
Peckham Town, yeah.
He's an absolute baller.
Yeah.
Some people are technically like very fit. Some of them are very, very fit at that age. So that's what I'm saying, that he has been blessed to be, that fits over 40. Yes, that's fine.
And also we have to remember that football's kind of been part of our DNA since we were kids. And I know that we say, I'm going to give it one more year and then I give it up. But if you actually start playing football, again, going like all the way back to my kind of first kind of comment, was like, we all have responsibilities now. So being out that house for like that couple of hours or like for that day, that like could be the only time where you will either talk to other people that you have something in common with. I know there are like, people that I'm like, if it's not because of football, I don't talk to any other, there's like no one else that I talk to apart from when I kind of come to football. So it's, it's that thing where it's like, okay, like maybe I can't play at the elite side of the like vets game, but I think LSU have numerous teams where like they have super vets, they have, they have, I'm sure that there's leagues for like over 60s or whatever it is. There's walking football now. So, I wouldn't give it up. I mean, I thought I would like give it up after 41 or, or literally after 40, but,
No, I wouldn't, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't either. All I'm saying is, bro, I'm going to play football until I can't no more, until my boots fall off, that sort of thing. I'm going to be involved in football till I die. That's literally it. But realistically speaking, it gets to a point where you have to find your peers to compete with. And if you're lucky to be fit at a certain age, then you're fine. Then you can compete. But you have to think of yourself and injuries and family and all that at some point, so that that there's at 43, there's no use running around chasing a 17-year-old. You're just gonna be asking for trouble for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be smart. And I think I came into first football at 37. I was playing open age for Destiny Football Club and then Battersea. Battersea as well. So you just have to make the adjustment as and when you feel like your body, the time is right for you. Yeah. And just to touch briefly on your point in terms of coming out of the house, it's crucial. We work. You know the way London life is. You work. When you have time, you don't have time for anything else. So Saturday is one of the days where you can come out and de-stress. That's probably why my wife doesn't recognize me on the pitch. Just come out and like, yo, my wife gave me some hell yesterday, so I'm giving it to everybody else. You just let it go, and at the end of the game, you shake hands, you have a drink at the pub, and that's it. And that's wonders for mental health as well.
I mean, there's been times where the game's finished at maybe 4 o'clock, and I've not wandered in till about 6, 7 because I like, I want to be out as long as possible.
Tell me about it.
like, why am I gonna come straight home after football? Let me hang around until like let me be one of the last people to leave. So yeah, honestly, like it's just so important, and again, it's even kind of getting into like the masters and the kind of vets,
Bro, can I ask you a question though? When you come back so late, does Joyce put you in a timeout?
listen, listen, I just want to say,
Oh, Martin.
and and like you've like had a conversation. I can, I can go to football whenever I choose to go. Like no,
Mm,
like there's no time limit. I don't have a tag.
mm,
There's like no Google Maps or nothing. But
mm.
I kind of just enjoy, honestly, just kind of having a laugh and
You sure, yeah?
yeah, 100%, man. Come on, man.
Because I know you have to get exit sometimes just to go football.
So
So love, bro. So love.
it's all love, man. So Mo, football coaching, thank you for watching. Says great stuff, great strength shown. And Flash Gordon said for the love of the game.
Definitely.
And speaking about the love of the game, you were also part of the like committee at the SVFL. So
Yeah.
yeah, so she what is that? And yeah, I mean, again, is the Southern Vets Football League probably the biggest vets league in London, because there's about
Definitely.
seven leagues.
Definitely. Definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely
So
the biggest
yeah,
and
yeah.
by
So
far the most competitive. Some of them have some other division leagues have like what 3, 4 divisions and that. We
if
got
that.
seven divisions over 75 teams. And as
Mhm.
part of my footballing journey, I've been blessed to be part of the committee for this is my third year, I believe. So I was just a referee on the panel when I joined. I then moved up to the assistant referee secretary last season, and then this season been appointed the referee secretary for the Home and South West League. So this coming season, I'm responsible. Junior Hamilton is the guy from Sporting. He's been with the league for over 20 years. Very, very influential. He's my assistant, so I'll be working hand in hand with him to make sure all our games for the division, also the divisions are covered by referees, decent referees. We're hoping to change the perception. That's just my goal. Change the perception about referees, i.e., they don't care about the game. Some of them don't care about the game. They just turn up for the money. I want to be able to choose the right referee for the right game. Better quality of officiating. I, I I wouldn't say I'm the best referee, but how I referee, how I take the game seriously is how I want every other referee on the pitch to take charge of the game. Because, without us, the game doesn't go ahead.
Hmm.
But it doesn't mean you need to come there and take the piss. You need to come there and do your job, make sure that um, at the end of the day, you've given them a good match day experience. So,
And Flash God has just come in and just said that the standard of refereeing in the league is poor, and most of them are old and in bad shape. So how and I don't know, and of course, it all that depends on the team that Flash Gordon represents, and literally his or her own experiences. But I mean,
what the hell?
that's why I love doing. That is why I love doing live conversations. So so how are you going to attract the the new age refs into refereeing like masters football?
So, a few things. One, I understand where Flash is coming from, but I think it's a bit harsh in terms of what we've got as a referee panel and what we've got to offer. The stats have shown over the last 5 years, people just don't want to referee, especially because of the abuse that they get. I'm not even going to start going to that conversation because I already know. I've been involved in so many situations that I can understand where people come from when they don't want to referee. So there's a huge referee shortage. Um, when it comes to referees, so the people on the panel are people that we have to use. Now, they are all because I would love clubs, for example, if each club in the division was to put two people up for the referee course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do the referee course, be qualified as a referee.
Yeah.
That can happen within a month, and start getting experience in refereeing games.
Yeah.
We will exponentially increase the number of referees on the panel. I joined refereeing. I went into refereeing because I didn't like what I was seeing from some of the officials when I was playing.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would like people with similar mindsets to do same so that they join this panel and increase the referee number on the panel. I mean, the Vets League is also gaining more popularity from yours truly, channels like these, and us being able to talk about it a lot more. People talk vets football, but walking football. So people are not really interested. But now, as the standard is going higher and higher, we need a lot more referees, a lot more experienced referees, because don't forget we are competing with the London FA. Well, even though we are under the London FA, we are competing with them in terms of attracting referees into this league. There's a pathway that the London FA will want to follow, and unfortunately, the vets football isn't one of those pathways that they want to follow because they think that refereeing a game like Crystal Palace under 18 there's a West Ham under 18 is more beneficial in the referee pathway, in the referee career, as opposed to refereeing a Division One game in the Southern League. So we have to make sure that we're doing everything right in terms of the competition, in terms of the discipline in the league, everything to make sure that the referees are confident to come over to this league as well. And also when they're going through the promotion scheme on the referee ladder, we need to push to make sure that the games in this league, at least the Division 1, 2, 3, qualify as promotional games. Because if not, every Sunday there's the scaffold league, there's football everywhere. Why would referee want to jump into the Saturday league, our league, a referee? You see what I'm saying? So we
Yeah.
want to be able to push this agenda and make sure that these games also qualify for promotional games, and then referees can be comfortable doing these games as well on their journey. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and we're going to need everybody's help to make sure that this goes on well. And most important, the players, the clubs, is always when it's always when a referee does something wrong or doesn't have a good game. That's always when we hear about it. We need to hear when the referees do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put a report in, give a commendation, tweet it, put it on Instagram, whatever. You understand? This also gives encouragement, and other referees who see, other young referees who see it, and also say, "Oh, somebody's doing well. Somebody's is commending them." So yes, this is probably somewhere I'd like to jump in and help out as well.
Yeah. Cool. And I'd say like my final question to you would be, have you got any advice to like anyone out there, football players, people who are looking to get into football, people who are probably losing the love, referees? Like, what's your words of wisdom?
Referees, hang in there, hang in there. Been doing this for a while, and it, it's rewarding at times. It's rewarding at times. Don't stop. Without you, the games don't go ahead. So make sure you have your tools and everything ready. You are abreast with the laws of the game. Your management skills are on point, and then you should be fine. You get the necessary experience to be able to pass that information down to the younger referees who are coming up. The others, anybody who's trying to give up football, the love of the game. you might have your various reasons for trying to do that. I would say don't, because it's like we've said, it's good for mental health, it's good for stress release. You get out there, you meet people, you bond, you have a chit chat, you have a drink, you make connections. It's not only just playing football, but you connect. I've known so many people through football. So many people have been able to reach out and help me, and vice versa, just through football. So there's so many things. It's not just going out on a Saturday and playing football. There's so many things. There's a connection and bonding and networking that you can get from actual football. So look into all those other avenues. But most importantly, talk to each other. Talk to each other. It's really important for mental health and help throughout whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And Nana, honestly, Nana, thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, I mean, of course, we both play for Catford, so I'm really looking forward to the season and to kind of doing some kind of hopefully some great stuff this season. And again, yeah, it's going to be a pleasure. It's going to be oh, hello.
Yes.
Disappeared again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, I'm really kind of looking forward to the season, and yeah, kind of.
Same here. I can't wait to get back. I'm trying to do whatever I can to remain fit, because I just like to put it out there that I'll give you 2 months head start to cement your position.
Give me 2 months head start.
Yes, I'll give you 2 months head start because I'm not there. Oh. So make sure you get everything up and running and cement your place. Because when I come back, just like before, I'm looking to get you on the bench ASAP.
Listen, you know what I mean. Again, I've been, I don't want to say what I've been doing, but literally, I know in Colombia, of course, that it's a holiday stroke family thing. So, I know it's one of the things. So
it's work, bro. I'm working. I work out 6 a.m. in the morning to work. I'm working remotely, bro.
No, yeah, hey, but again, don't be adding the extra calories, the extra 1,000 calories isn't going to do you any favor.
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about that. I had extra calories and still kept you on the bench, so you worry about yourself.
You know what? It's gonna. I don't know. And again, I am ready, as I always, for that friendly competition, because again, we kind of need a really strong and competitive squad.
Bro, I think
that's kind of
aside all the BS, I think we make each other better. We've been doing that for years. We've been doing that for absolute years, and this healthy competition that you need. So, it's this. I don't think it's ever going to change. And at the end of the day, it's all love. We all know that. So, it's good.
Brilliant, Nana. It's always been a pleasure, and yeah, we will see you back in the next few weeks, I guess.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Take it easy, brother.
Thank you so much, and again, thank you to let Nana coming onto this feed. So before I bring on my co-host, I just want to say again, thank you so much to Nana and I'd say again, behind the scenes, Nana does so much, man. And unless you know exactly what he does, honestly, you wouldn't actually believe it, man. Just a crazy hard-working guy. So before we kind of talk about Division 2, I just want to say next week we'll be talking about what we can do as a community. Talking about how we can save lives, and I'll be kind of having someone from a kind of well-known first aid business coming on to literally talk about defibrillators and certain things that we can do, because again, this is kind of something that we don't talk about. We just kind of think that we can just play like football and just disappear. But sometimes awful things happen. So next week, Sunday, 8 o'clock, I have Sam. That's kind of literally part of the kind of first aid, I'd say, consortium. So again, thank you for coming on. And I've just seen Justin Jones has come in and said, here we go. And again, I just I want to bring in Shugs. Where is he? Shugs.
Midday.
What's going on?
I'm good, bro. Like, the pressure's off. We're not talking about a division that I'm affiliated to anymore. So it's nice. I'm relaxed.
Okay, so with the tone of your voice now and literally the energy, unless you take in a few Red Bulls, I'm guessing that you're going to keep this energy up now for like the rest of the show, because like we've probably got about 35, 45 minutes.
I nearly was late for the show because this bus woman didn't want to stop for me, but we're not going to get into that. I had to run. I had to do some Usain Bolts to the next stop. I said, hold on a minute. My preseason was Saturday. I don't need it today. But I said, listen, I can't miss this show because I'll tell you something.
Go on.
The first division is going to be a nice, like, competitive season, like, for the first division. But the second division, I see situations growing.
Okay.
But we get
okay. Well, you know, let's kind of, I'm starting this off now. So I kind of created this graphic, and again, I just want to say that Shugs and I have had, I'd say, very limited conversation about this. So in terms of who I think are going to be title contenders, we have Catford, Cray, Wanderers, we have Hollington, Kawuya, LSU Legends, and Seagas. The reason why there's a question mark for Seagas because they couldn't get me their club badge in time. I mean, what's your opinion about my kind of teams?
Well, it's the six I have here. I've got the same six. So the same six. Yep. So we're definitely on the same wavelengths there. Where they finish, we may differ, but we know that I'm going to be the one that decides where they finish.
Let me talk about that. Okay, cool. So I just want to say thank you to all of the teams. Every team got back to me with the questions. So the two questions I asked, and very similar to actually exactly what I asked for Division 1 teams. The three most influential players from last season and objectives for this season. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Literally, they kind of went into detail. So literally, I had to cut a little bit off, but hopefully it still makes sense. I'm gonna literally, read it off, and then, of course, Shugsy will kind of say kind of go into more like depth about each team, and then after we've done the whole analysis, Shugsy's gonna give his league predictions for all 6 teams. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
pretty much right.
All right. So let's start with Cray Wanderers. So Cray's objective this season.
Did they not talk about last season? Did they not tell you about the players from last season?
Apologies. Wow. See. Okay. Apologies.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm with you, bro. Teamwork.
Apologies. Okay. So players last season. Kevin Pinner, the silent assassin, I believe. Every great strike partnership has a wingman. Kevin was Rich's strike partner. Kevin's work rate never stops, making those runs. Didn't hesitate. Keeper, Fabian, not your stereotype vets goalkeeper. This guy should be a folk legend or Marvel character. He pulls off some some saves you wouldn't believe, but then drops a few clangers throughout the season. A very talented guy who is just funny, but doesn't shut up for the whole game. And then a centre back, Tim. He's just a solid all-rounder, mainly because of his leadership skills. He just organizes, motivates, and disciplines everyone. Never say die mentality, never wants to quit. And centre midfield, Pedro. Orchestrated the like craze, orchestrated the like cray the centre midfield last year like a conductor in an orchestra. His discipline and work ethos relentless. Other players who never quit, always working to achieve the best for his team. First to warm up, first to the ball. And the objectives. Cray's objective this season is to basically try to compete, and we're in a process of rebuilding. We have lost some key players this year who have moved to other teams. It's unknown territory. On to other teams. Sorry. It's kind of unknown territory for like us. So unsure how well it's going to be this year. Confident we can still compete. How soon it will come together, we can only see momentum. And as the season goes, as the season builds. Apologies about that.
So yeah, good, man. That was like an essay, right? That took you back to college, right?
I'm telling you, like I felt I was standing up in class reading like Macbeth. Jesus,
I could tell, man. It's like, damn.
I was like, Jesus, I was under pressure. But anyway,
but first of all, we have to big them up because they gave you a comprehensive couple of answers. So big up the craze.
Yeah, and again, big up Nick as well.
I've got him on track. Okay. And Nick, disclaimer: don't be upset with me this show. I know you get upset sometimes. I'll keep him on track.
Okay, so Cray Wanderers, what's your opinion about Cray?
Pretty much how they described the keeper. I remember the keeper. He was kind of unorthodox. He looks like the keeper that you just have to shoot and you'll score. But he's one of those guys, like you said, he just claws things out the sky. Like he does things, he closes you down. Like he's kind of like a Bruce Grobler kind of character. You know what I mean? Like those of you that, well, you're vets, so you should know who Bruce Grobler is. Yeah, so he's got that kind of unorthodox. I don't really remember the other players, but the attributes kind of remind me of what I was trying to describe about them last season, that they're well-rounded, together mob that fight for each other. Organized. Organize and get the job done. If you decide that you're going to switch off, you'll lose to that team. That's a team that keeps going.
You know, it's funny because literally when I kind of describe a team as organized, people are like, what? That doesn't make sense because every team should be organized. But there's some teams that, you know, they just know what they're doing in certain areas of the pitch. And, you know, I can explain
that. I can explain that, to be honest, when you say organized, because you would assume that, but you come against some teams, they're just talented. And it's their talent that sees them through. Maybe their physicality, their athleticism that sees them through the game. But an organized team is a team that you're set to do specific jobs. Another team like that was Segas. So if one man, he might be told, you jump in on the challenge. If you don't win it, I'm there to back you up. And then if I go, you sit here. Now, what you'll find, even at this age where we shouldn't have to be teaching these things, players are, a lot of teams, players are watching players. Maybe that player can do two things, but the assumption is he'll do it. So they leave him to it. An organized team won't leave a teammate to do a job. They back him up. There's always plan B and sometimes plan C. That's what an organized team is. It's a real structure, and you just know that it's not ability that's getting them through. It's the ability to keep to a certain discipline, a certain instruction, a certain team pattern, kind of like what Jose's accused of when he parks the bus. Yeah, it just, you have to be disciplined to be able to park the bus. It's not just a case of sitting back. It's a case of doing certain things, making certain runs, getting back, covering. You know what I mean? So I get the point when you say discipline. It's not just something everyone does. They don't. Some players don't even understand where they're meant to be in a position, or when someone's out of position, what are they meant to do? You got to know that. You got to know what to tell the player and what to do yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we move.
Oh, so Shugsy, like, yeah, like you have been on the Red Bull, innit? Like, fire. That was just like, that was just straight to the point. I like that. I like that.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. You are, yeah, you are definitely in that flow, that flow state, definitely.
That's it, man.
So let's move on to Catford. So Tony Chin, the way he approaches every game, with that, with a 9 or 10 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Sorry, 9 or 10 out of 10 performance, and the way that he leads the team as a captain, his attitude is always spot on, and he has a big effect on the players. Yinks, this man has helped transform the team. He always gives his all on and off the pitch. Also, his experience of the game has helped shape the team immensely. And Ains, his performances are always of a high standard. He definitely has the biggest character in the squad. He leads by example. He's a big game player who always turns up, and what he's done for the team and club over the years, it's inspirational. And objectives of this season, trophies, and promotion.
Okay.
Okay. And
my take.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so LSU Masters, top guy, Chinny and Yinks. Yeah, but yeah, looked at your take about that.
First of all, whoever typed that up, they're very sharp and concise, and that in itself shows someone that's organized, someone that's building. They've got a project and they're working on it. So even just the way they summed up the players, how they put it out, that shows me structure. That shows me intent. The fact that they had very little to say about their objectives is, we're not here for the real talking of it. We're not here for the long game. We're not here to try to impress you with words, because, let's be honest, a lot do try to impress with words, but sometimes you're trying to impress yourself. It's like you're trying to convince yourself, I must be success. I must be the best. I think that's what I take from that. So to be honest, after what Catford built last season, it's only right that they think only about promotion and trophies. That's the facts. So it's pretty much sticking to the plan. So yeah, it's good.
And if neither of those things materialize, do you think that would be a shit season for like Catford?
In my opinion, a crap season. There might be children watching, so I'm not going to swear like some people.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 9:30 anyway, so literally
9:30. But today's trips are different. No, I'm with you. But I'm different, innit? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This could be in America right now. But anyway, let's go.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
There you go. With regards to, for me, a poor season for Catford is not getting promotion, not trophies. That would be my opinion. Okay. I think there are enough good teams to stop them from being promoted. But if I really say what will be deemed a good season for Catford is promotion. If they get promoted and no trophies, it's a great season. However, and Nick's right, by the way. However, if they get trophies and no promotion, I think they would want to be with the first division teams.
Okay.
They'll be like, yeah, well, at least we got a trophy. But yeah. So
Okay.
promotion number one.
Okay. We will like leave it for there right now. LSU legends. Last season, all the players that came out to play put in a shift. This season, we have a new group of lads, so it will take time to band together and reach our potential. So in terms of aspirations, we like want to be competitive in the division and build a good foundation for seasons to come.
I'll tell you something. Oh, you didn't give the players?
That's the information that they're giving me.
Was that all they gave? Yeah. Okay. They
Yeah.
didn't speak at no other players. Okay.
No.
First and foremost, I think so far all your statements have been pretty accurate to how I see them. And this, I commend LSU. Which one's this one? Is it Masters or Legends?
This is the Legends.
Legends. Okay. Excuse me, I'm still getting used to the different names, variations. I think that's pretty accurate. If I'm right, and do correct me, LSU, you're under new management, or a reshuffle of management, should we say? And like you said, you got a new band of players. So you're right. It does take time to bring through a philosophy, a brand, an identity. So yeah, I pretty much think that's accurate as well. It's nothing to be. There's no controversy yet. I'm waiting for the controversial statement, and I know there's one coming. I know there's one coming.
I mean, you know what? I don't
know. I don't know the. By the way, everyone, I don't know the statements, so
yes,
I'm just preempting here.
Yeah. So again, the God's honest truth, like Shugsy has no idea what any of these clubs have like said. We've not even really spoke this week.
This week, maybe twice, and it's been generic.
Yeah,
it's been generic. Yeah.
So, so again, shout out to you, Shugs, for kind of, keeping it really, really sharp, man. So now we're going to the promoted team. So Hollington won Division 3, so it's only right that we start with them.
Mm-hmm.
So Hollington have said Craig Brown, Millie, and Darren Flaherty. And objectives this season, same as last season, game by game, and see where we end up.
Okay.
So that was, And you're smiling. So
yeah,
because
I don't know.
I don't know. Wait. You definitely know something that I don't know, because
no, I don't. I mean, as the show goes on, I'll get a bit more spicy, but I think they're doing a second division of a Charco, playing themselves down. I think they're doing what you remember. Charco's statement was like, it was, we're just gonna go out there and express ourselves and all that. It's kind of very much a kind of a diplomatic way of speaking about what you really want. In my opinion, and these are my opinion, Ollerton want it. They want it. And there's nothing wrong in wanting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing, but as Nick said, actions speak louder than words. So maybe they just don't want to be a team that gives it the big un and then get caught short. I was going to use a different term there, but I remember the PG version of me. Yeah. But they don't want to be caught short. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, you don't need to show your hand to your opposition. You're just letting people know that, look, we're going to take things game by game and try to get the best result in each game. but I just feel it's understated. I think they have bigger aspirations.
Okay. But it's very interesting how you put Charcoal and Hollington together. So
Yeah.
So without really saying anything, and and of course we will literally, you will literally do the predictions.
Mm-hmm.
You've literally compared it because again, like
No, I haven't
Charcoal.
compared them to Charcoal.
Well, that's what you did.
Statements.
Like
They're statements.
exactly. So literally, you've
They're
still compared
statements.
them.
Yeah. Mm.
So
No.
no. Just say it as it is, which is cool.
No, I do.
So, you're like saying that because again, you didn't compare none of the other statements with anyone else.
Because I said the statements were accurate to how I see their teams, but I see Hollington as slightly different. Yeah, I see Hollington with similar objective to Catford, for example. That's what I mean. Yeah. So if their objectives are similar to Catford, what was Catford's objectives? Trophy and promotion. Hollington's is game by game. No. That's all. It's just that it just didn't match up to how I see them. How I see them and how they see them may be two different things. It's just an opinion of mine. It's a perception of mine of Hollington. I know a lot of players that have or are playing for Hollington. So it's a perception of how I see them and what I know of them. My perception may be wrong. However, I think their statement, had it been similar to Catford's, I would have said spot on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
I think of course, like the only game I've seen Hollington play was against Charcoal, and literally I'm just gonna just wipe that out because literally I think that was a false representation of what Hollington are about.
100%.
Yeah. Because again, how I saw them warm up, that's a good indicator in terms of what they have. So yeah.
Every team can be beaten, and every team can play badly.
Yeah. Okay, Hollington United, game by game. Let's see where we end up. Big up Marlon. There's like something that I don't know, and like the wizard before kind of gave the emoji eyes and LSU Masters.
The wizard is my guy, man. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, he's quality. And then of course LSU Masters are back in LSU Legends. And
respect for that.
Wesley Kane is coming and said Catford can only finish second. But let's not talk about that right now. We have one more team. Cool, yeah.
By the way, who does Wesley Kane play for? As I said earlier.
Okay. Well, cool, yeah. And this is what they said about their players. We had many influential players last season who stepped up to the challenge, and it will be difficult to pick out three. We attacked and defended as a team and showed a lot of passion as a squad going into each match. Our objectives was promotion, which we achieved. Our objectives this season is to treat every game as a cup final and see where we end up. At the end of the season, we've recruited well and kept our players from last season. We do this for our brother Derek Kwame.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. What's your feelings about Kwame?
I like Kwame. You know what I'm saying? I like them. They're kind of like understated, but very together. You can see nothing but fight and brotherhood. If you're prepared to fight for your brother, you can achieve anything. And I think they're the kind of team that, although they finished second, if you slept on them, they could surprise a lot of teams, and I mean a lot of teams. They're not going to be the team that this is the easy game. This is going to be the one. They're going to be the team that no one wants to really play, because you just know it's just going to be a tricky game, you know. So yeah, big you up, yeah, man. Big up the Wizard, you know them.
Wizard.
Yeah, man.
And someone said, see us for the league. Wow,
Alicia, hey, that's it.
Hey, I mean, this is, but I mean, with Kwame, I know that they had a 5-5 draw against New Park.
Yep.
How much can you read into that? I don't know.
Nothing. They score goals.
They scored 5 against a very well-established Div 1 team. Again, I don't know if New Park had their players out, and again, hey, but 5-5.
Good.
No mugs, right?
Good little football game there. You're
okay,
expecting...
well, Ian, literally, I'm just kind of waiting for you to kind of compare Kwame with like someone from Division 1.
You want me to compare Kwame to someone like Division 1? They remind me of a Santos. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your comparison.
Okay. Justin Jones, I feel like this league may need its own show. Biggest numbers seen. So the only reason why the show. So the only reason why the show.
He's the analyst, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm in it, like, you kind of okay. Well, I'm thanks for that. I mean, again, like the only reason why it's kind of tagging on to the Sunday show again, it's just to make sure certain things can be done. Like, once the season starts, my plan is, and I think hopefully Shugsy will be available, is to have a show every single week. Right now, it's every fortnight until the season starts, and then it will be on it'd be sometime during the week. It may not be live, but we'll, try and kind of get like something done. Nick has come in and said, everyone loves the underdog. The new boys on the block. Welcome to Div 2. Listen, I mean, actually, I would kind of love to get your like opinion about Division 2. Just kind of looking at the caliber of teams, do you think it's harder for certain teams to kind of get out of this division now than it was last season?
I would say so. I think one, it's like the actual professional championship, where a lot of big sides went down into it, like Leeds, Wolves, and it took them years to get back into the Premiership. And I think Division 2 is building like that, especially with the exposure it had. It helped by a freeway title race, and a title decider last game season. These things add to the interest, especially with teams that are getting promoted, saying we're going up into that league. Then you got teams that were kind of rejigging their sides, or that was the plan. They're like, wow, we need to do better. We need to do this. You know what I mean? So everyone's just kind of, it's a lot of rivalry there. Like, I think it's actually harder to call the champions maybe now in the second division than in the first division. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not a clear favorite, even though I may contradict that later, but there's not a clear favorite. And definitely a lot of competitiveness. I mean, as you see by one of the comments made in there by one of the players, where they're talking about where a team will finish. That already is building up. And some of the things I'll talk about is building up for a competitive edge. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be like, I want to know results. Like, what happened in the second? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for certain matchups. Like, it's gonna be mad.
Okay, so which match are you looking forward to hearing about in Div 2? Like, what's the one standout fixture for you?
I was gonna say it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
We
no,
say
no,
it later.
no,
Yeah. Oh
no,
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 no, we
no,
say
no.
it later. Okay.
You say it
You're,
later. So yeah, no, no, we'll say it later. So shall we kind of go shall we kind of go with your predictions?
yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Or
Yeah.
actually, is there anything else that you want to say? Because literally, I
No,
don't
no,
want
it's all gonna it's all gonna come to light as I do
Okay.
the predictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
So, yeah.
guys, honestly, like, I'm really intrigued about this because again, like, we've not spoken about this. So literally,
We have not spoken.
I'm actually I'm actually a listener right now because again, I don't know what you're gonna say. I'm honestly like, I'm just here listening because again, I don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna say.
Cool.
So
Course.
okay.
First of all, first and foremost to everyone, like, I want to put like a disclaimer out here. Like, everything that I speak here, we have not spoken. Myself and Tabriz. And to be honest, because Tabriz has a vested interest, a personal vested interest, I actually don't ask him many questions. I don't ask him about his team, his squad. I don't ask him about things that I'm seeing or hearing. I don't ask him. And to be honest, out of respect for individuals, I haven't asked them to get the inside knowledge because I feel if I give my opinion, it's less controversial than if I have something that someone said to me or something told me, because then you're like, then suddenly there's an inquest or investigation. I don't really want that. And just really that as far as I'm concerned, is I'm going off either what I know or what I've seen over social media. So it's love, man. It's all love, man. It's love of the game. I love this game. Okay. So my top 6, I'm different to Tabriz. He starts 1 to 6. I start 6 to 1. Like it's odds. Betting shop. Done. No. All right. My number 6 team. And it's funny because the reason why I was laughing with some of the statements is they kind of match my placings. My number 6 team is Seagas.
Okay.
And the reason why I put Seagas there is, all right, they're not busy on the net. And
but
I haven't.
Yeah, but like doesn't mean anything. Like, if you're not busy on the net.
I agree. But wait. Let me go with my flow.
Oh, sorry. Okay. You know what?
You know,
Sorry.
you can always remember. You can disagree if you want. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem because these. I will only stop you when it's facts I'm talking. But when it's an opinion, you're allowed to have yours. I'm allowed to have mine. So 6, I'm going with Seagas because I've not heard anything. I've not seen anything. And based on what I saw of them last season, unless they make quite a few changes, like building around the mighty Ivan the Terrible, as I named him. If you don't build around him, get a couple more runners, maybe a deadly striker, it's hard for me to put them higher than 6th. Not saying they cannot finish higher than 6. I'm just saying it's harder for me. It's hard for me to put them higher than 6. So I've had to put them 6th. But just so the other 5 understand, and teams that we haven't mentioned, do not take this league lightly. It's not easy. It won't. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Okay. Yeah. So Nick is like a journalist, isn't he? Nick is all the words.
Like,
he's in the know.
Like Nick is in the know.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we could see some surprises from Seagas. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm going with what I know, which is very limited, but I'm going with that. So I'm going to keep them at 6, and I'm fine with that. Moving on. Number 5, I'm going with Cray. Now, unlike you, where you dropped 2 to 6, I'm dropping I'm dropping 3 to 5. So they're only dropping by 2 positions. So it's not that controversial. Yeah. All right. So and the reason why I did that is more because of the 4 above. Is why I know, Nick. Just relax, relax, relax. It's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, listen. I mean,
No, I'm not gonna sleep. I'm not sleeping on anyone. Trust me. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
the messages are coming in thick and fast, man. The messages are coming thick
No,
and
no, no,
fast.
no, no. All right, all right. First and foremost, yeah, me putting someone 6 isn't saying they're bad. It's actually because the league is so competitive. Hence why I said, do not sleep on Seagas. You know what I'm saying? Like, as in, if you think you're just gonna turn up and roll them over, you're not. They're very organized, as you said. A well turned out unit, which I said as well. So the 5th and 6th are well turned out unit. Damn, they're going for it, man. He's enjoying Hepburn.
I said,
Damn, damn, damn. Wow. Wait, hold on a minute. Wait. Hey, Reece, we may have to bring up the We may have to bring up the Cray statement again,
funny,
because their statement had 5th written all over it. That's why I was happy, because their statement, if their statement is saying, yeah, well, we got 3rd, we're looking for nothing less than 3rd, or we're looking to push on from 3rd, then it would have been controversial to what I said. But what they actually said was they lost a lot of players. So they're just trying to figure out where they fit in the league. So 5th is actually generous, because if Segas who haven't given a statement, or I haven't received a statement, if they've kept their players, they might be ahead of Cray based on words, what I said. But as Nick said, said, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
Relax, Nick. Relax. Yeah. You're gonna have a say in who finishes where. It just depends whether you're going to be the party spoilers or the host of the party. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I had to put Cray there. I put them 5th, understated. Yeah. Now, because of this team, the 4th position I'm talking now, because this team is rejigging things, as I stated earlier, and building a new kind of force, I'm going to put them 4th, and I'm going to say LSU Legends. Yeah. And they actually said it in their statement. So they're also going to be doing a Cray, seeing where they're at. But maybe it's because I know some of the players personally, I have to put them a little bit higher, because I know they're about the business. Not saying Cray isn't, but when you know someone, you always go with what you know as to who you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I also don't know who Cray lost. Maybe they lost the mighty Richie. You know what I mean? They didn't say who they lost.
No, you know what? I know for sure. See, Nick, I'm also in the know as well. You like Richie's gone to Glebe. How about that?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I might have to switch Cray with Segas to know. Wow. What about the keeper? Is he there?
What is in Cray's?
Yeah.
Cray's keeper. I don't know about Cray's keeper, but like Richie's gone to Glebe.
Nick, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. We're good. But all right, we'll keep you at 5th for now. But LSU, I'm putting them at 4th for the simple reason that they're still a new thing, and sometimes it takes time to bring through what you're trying to make. So I have faith in you, but you're still new, and you're going against teams that are a bit more players together. So it's a bit easier to push through what you're trying to do. Okay, we move on.
3rd.
I'm going with this team. This team I call Spartans, aka 300. You ever watch 300, that film?
Yeah.
Spartans! Yeah. Kauai. Yo, half of their team look like they could be in WWE. Them brothers there. Or UFC. I don't know which one, but them brothers are big units. Yeah. And I've had the privilege of getting some views on their social media They're doing army training. These guys are coming. They're going to war. Like, they're about this thing. And also, they always show me love on Insta. They always give me that love. You know what I'm saying? I referee their open age a few times. So, and I know 1 or 2 of their players in that will be in the vets team. Obviously, they're not. That's not controversial, by the way. They're grown men, but they just, you know. So they've definitely got. I like their vibe. I like it. I like their energy, and I think that could make them. Their energy could make a mockery of the league standing, as I or anyone else may put it, because you just never know. As I said, you said liken them to a team. I liken them to Santos. There's just something about them I like. They're a good side, you know. And what they scored 5 against a first division team.
Yeah,
that's no mean feat. So, yeah.
But also they conceded 5.
They did. It's funny that when I spoke to you about conceding loads of goals, you didn't seem to think that was a big deal. But anyway, we'll move on.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so you like throwing a bit of salt? No, listen.
No. I'm just saying, like, we just had a conversation.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
but you can't. No, all right.
I don't think we're having a conversation. I don't think
here's
a conversation. But anyway,
it was a conversation. But I'm just saying. Remember, you know, my issue is always consistency. You can't say in one hand it's nothing or don't worry, and then the next hand, but yeah, when it's the same, you know. That's what.
But again, you know, let's kind of address it like that thing. Like,
no, let's not. We're sticking to this unit. We're sticking to.
Okay. No,
that's what we're dealing with.
All right, cool.
I've learnt my lesson with you. Don't go off script.
Yeah.
I stick to the script. Yeah, but yeah, Korea. Yeah, they did concede 5. They scored 5. I think that was their first friendly game, preseason game. I may be wrong. I know they've been training hard, but yeah, that's how it goes. But I'm sure they got some good information from that. That kind of gives you an idea of where your plans are. You know what I mean? You know that you've got the scoring ability, but you may have to tighten up a few other screws. You may have to get certain people a bit more fit. You may have to get certain people understanding more what you want them to do. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what preseason is there for. That's what it's there for. So yeah. So that was the easy bit of the show. That was the easy bit.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now,
wow. That's a shot. Now that's a shot. That's a shot.
I mean, like, I would want you to elaborate regarding that. But hey, you know what? Let's not, exactly what Shug said. Let's not divert away. But hey, I mean, hey, it's yeah, not broken at all. I'm just listening very intently.
We don't bite. We just absorb. Okay, so now the top 2 now. This is a mad one because for a long time I thought one way. Then up until today, I thought another way. And then I said, I'm going to be what Shugsy says he is, consistent. And before I go into that, I would just like to say, what I'm seeing on social media now is a rivalry building up before a ball is kicked. From what I've seen within a week, 3 Catford players, 3, maybe there's more. 1 of which just signed for Catford, as now all 3 signed for Hollington, being announced. Now,
well, I know 2 of them.
Okay, well, I know 3.
You know 3?
3, I know 3 because I know 3 of them were Catford players.
All right, okay, so you might as well, I mean, and well, like, if
I don't need to say the names. I don't need to say the names because that's not what I'm.
No, hold on, but like, why not? Because because like it's out
Now
on
that's not what I'm
social.
about. If people go on the socials, they go do the research. You know Hollerton's website. You're gonna put the details up. Go check on Hollerton's. Go check on Catford's. You'll see the. You just have to read. I read books. You know what I'm saying? Website like set websites,
Yeah, but
account. They're like books. Read them.
yeah,
So
but like yeah, but you're reading the books in your head,
hear me
like
out.
you know.
So hear me out. So hear me out. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I deliberately didn't speak to any teams or any people I know. I definitely haven't spoken to you
You've not spoken
because,
to me. Yeah.
yeah, to be honest, I'm not about gossip. I'm not about chatty patty. Like, but it's evident something's.
Go on, say it, sure. Go on then. Some things
No, I
what?
got to use the right words. Man said, "Let me get the popcorn." You know. Let's say something's in the air, yeah.
What do you
And
mean
people
something's in the air? I said some things just like say like what's on your mind. Like
no, well, I just feel there must have been either some fallouts or some kind of disagreements in philosophies, strategies, or how things are run. I don't know. As I said, I deliberately didn't speak to anyone because I don't want the inside knowledge. I don't want to start betraying people's trust. Maybe you tell me something in private. I don't want to reveal that. So I'd rather just say what I say without actually having to have spoken to someone. Then no one can say, "Bro, I told you that in confidence." So likewise, if anyone wants to deny anything, they can, because I didn't tell them. I mean, they didn't tell me, so it's fine. So,
okay,
but what I've seen is 3 players have signed for Hollanton. I know at least 2 of them made a debut yesterday, and they had a very comprehensive win
against was it Beckett? Was it
I'm not sure. I think it was
Bohemian?
5 or 6-0.
Yeah, it was
5 or 6.
Bohemians.
Yeah,
Some
yeah, Bromelians or something like that. The ones that
yeah,
were in Division 3, I think they finished 3rd last
finished third
season in
in the
Division 3. Yeah, so I think Kauai just picked them.
Okay.
Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I know they were up there, and they've smashed them. With at least one of their new signings scoring a couple of goals. So I don't know what's going on there.
Who's their signing?
But I know, but the way I see things, there's going to be definitely the tea brewing. And you asked me earlier, you said, what game am I most wanting to see? Well, all I'm going to say to you, Tabriz, is bring your A game when you go against Hollanton. I want you, Nana, Tony Chin at your strongest. Because that game there, it's funny, I saw a post from Chrissy Piper. He said 3 can only, was it 2 from 3? Who would they be? Yeah,
Okay.
It can only be 2, and it's right.
Oh, okay,
It's
you
right.
know what? I think you know what? I know the 3. Sorry, I know the 3. Sorry.
Okay.
I can. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't want to I don't want to enter. But that's not what I'm getting at. But what I'm saying is the game I'm looking for.
I know the 3
The
now.
game I'm looking for. No, but the game I'm looking for most myself is Hollanton versus Catford. But that I was looking forward to that before the signings, to be honest, because before the season started, I already had them 2 as the top 2, and the positions were Catford at top, Hollanton second. I'm going to maintain that. And the only reason why I'm going to maintain that is experience of that division. That's it. You know what I mean? Nothing else. It's experience for that. Both very good squads. Both have depth. And it's going to be a dogfight. But one's been there already. So sometimes it's not a testament of how good you are, but how well you know. That's why I said, coming back to the Leeds, the Wolves of this world, who are big clubs, struggle to get out of lower division, especially the Championship, to get back into the Prem. So, and that's why teams like, say, Fulham, they got out quick, and if they didn't get out quick, they would be going back downwards. So if you don't get out quick, you stay down there long. And I think Catford is kind of like that team. Like, they built something nice towards the end, and you could see that momentum being built. They've signed well. They've got a keeper. They've got a defender that alleges to be the best in the game of the Vets football. And he's a celebrity. We won't go into him. And then they've got other players there too who are quality. The rivalry is brewing. One player already has told the opposition they're finishing no higher than second. That's fighting talk. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Catford only based on experience of the division. It's not a disrespect to Hollerton. And as I said, Hollerton, their statement was very stated, in my opinion, because I believe with the signings they made, and there are others, they didn't just make those. They made some good signings. Some man them, I'm like, okay, you say okay, you sign him, all right. There's an intent there, so they're not there to just win game by game. They're not there to finish second. They're there to win the league and go undefeated. Therefore, it's going to be a battle, because that's the same as Catford. Catford want trophies and a title, and a promotion. So it's going to be war. So I just hope, you're ready for it, my brother.
So
I have faith in you, by the way.
Sorry?
I have faith in you, by the way.
Listen, this show's not about me. So
about the team. So I said I have faith in you.
No, listen, I mean, again, I refuse to be part of your take time. I want to say something rude, but again, I don't know where
it's not that. I have faith in you. If I'm telling you I got faith in you, and you know me, I'm never gonna say I have faith in you.
You know what, Shugs, I know your game.
No, you don't. You don't.
No.
Because I tell you something. If I thought you weren't capable, I wouldn't say I have faith in you. I'd just say good luck. That's what I would say to you. But I actually have faith in you. I think if you, and I'm gonna tell the people this. I think if you stay focused and use your attributes, strikers are going to have a nightmare against you. But that's for you to figure that out. It's not for the strikers to figure out. It's for you to figure that out. Catford have definitely got a big weapon in you. So it's not me being with kidology or anything like that. It's not me being sarcastic or anything like that. I'm just, and you may think I'm putting pressure on you. I'm not.
No, listen, no, you know what? Like, I know you enough to know that, of course, you're being sincere. However, this segment, I'm not going to respond.
That's it. You're learning.
The wizard said, "Good luck to my old team, Hollington, for the season. Top team, and even a better bunch of guys." And so it says that he kind of loves Hubs as well. Listen, okay, so I would say, so in your top three, you've put the promoted clubs from Division 3. I mean, I wonder how the Legends would actually feel about that, because again, the Legends must have recruited well.
On their statement, it marries up with what I said. This is why I said I was happy with at least three or four of the statements.
However, with Hollington's statement, they didn't say nothing, but you already had a smile, because again, you knew a little bit more than,
because they have top quality, because they've signed top quality on top of what they have had. They've rejigged things, but they have top quality. So no matter how you or I want to put it, if you got top quality players, yeah, they just beat a team they were in the same division with, who were competing for the title 5-0 or 6-0, 5 or 6-0. I know what I'm talking about. They're a top side. So you don't have to think, and you know what I mean? Like, you just got to understand, what they've got to put them where they are. Because I know a lot of the players that are there, I can talk a lot more about them than say a Segas. So it's not so when I put Segas 6th, it's more because I'm basing more what I saw of them last season. Now I'm starting to hear they transferred in certain players, blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe we can look at that in 2 weeks' time. But as it stands, I think I'm accurate.
All right. So out of those teams there, which one out of those 6 teams do you think will either bottle it in the league or cup?
That's a bit of a harsh one.
No, well, come on, let's
bottle it in the league.
Which team do you think will bottle it or implode at some stage, either in a league or cup run? Talk the talk now. Come on.
You know, you can only talk what you think about. You can't just talk for the sake of talking. It's got to make sense.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, how you brought down every single team.
I think Catford and Holland would do good in cups. I don't think Kauai would do great in cups. Maybe LSU. I think Kauai. I've only got Kauai for league.
As in
problems in the league.
As in a
and
team
that's not a bad thing.
Implode.
No, you maybe in a cup, but not in the league.
Okay, and then in the league.
In the league, well, you got to say.
Go.
You just got to say pick 4 from 6. 4, 5, 6. You can pick them. I think the top 3, as I put them, are going to be a problem all the way. Now, the fact that 2 of those teams, 4 and 5, for example, LSU and Cray, are new sides, you're more likely to have issues with new sides. Not to say Holland isn't a new side, because they have made quite a few signings. I think Catford have made quite a few signings. Actually, Kauai have made quite a few signings. But I think with Kauai, some of their players actually came from the open age. You know, they've come of age. Yeah. So maybe it's more you're actually bringing family into another part of the family. So it's not really that new. I may be wrong. Yeah. And what's Nick said?
So Nick said, Catford and Hollington are the teams to compete against. The football will do the talking. It all depends on who rocks up on the day. None can be underestimated in this league, which is very true.
I agree with Nick.
Yeah, which is very true.
That's it. I agree with Nick. So, you know, as I said, it's a toss-up a coin for who I would put top. I had to use a technicality, and the technicality was experience of that league. Yeah, because, for example, just to kind of clarify when I say experience, because of the division difference, Catford would have been playing against harder opposition more regularly last season than Hollington. So Hollington have to get used to turning up every week against teams that may be harder than you think they are. Like, you could look at a Seagas and think, turn them over. I'm going to just put the ball behind him, roast him, and find that that guy, there's no love, no joy, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to a Hollington player, not going to name his name, last season, and he said the league was easy for them. He said that. That was his words. I can't, you know what I mean? So you're coming into a harder league. So experience says there may be times when you turn off, you switch off. You might go undefeated, or you might win your first 5 games. I'll tell you this, if you want an example of winning games and it not going right, look at Independent. 10 in a row. 10 on the bounce, I think. Yeah, before, and they still didn't win the league. So don't any team think, okay, they're talking a load of rubbish. This league, this is a walk in the park. You can win your games in a row, but just remember when January comes, get stuck in. When that Christmas belly, you know what I mean, you've had a bit too much turkey. You know what I'm saying? And you've motivated the other teams because now you're the target. So other teams, maybe they're training a bit harder. Now everyone just wants to beat you. And that goes for any team. That's not going for Hollerton. That's not going for Catford. That could be going for Kauai or LSU. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, you've got to understand that, or we've got to understand that the league won't be given to you. You've got to go and take it. You've got to earn it. And getting cocky, you know what I mean? Your first 3 games, you might smash teams 7-0. It can happen. There's teams like Leone Star that got smashed about 9-0 and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean you're going to win it. Catford had some big wins last season. Big wins. And look where they finished. So you could get turned over by a team that's low down. Just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying?
Flash said, sounds like things are falling apart at Catford.
You don't need to answer that because you're a Catford player.
I'm not
but I don't necessarily agree with that. Just because you see certain players leaving, that doesn't mean it's like when Mane left Liverpool. People thought Liverpool are broken now because there's Mane, but they don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Certain conversations, certain plans, and you're like, boy, you know what? You might go to the manager and say, manager, are you going to guarantee me a spot? I said, no, I've got this guy now, and I'm looking to do this. That player says, you know what? Okay, I'm going to leave then. That doesn't mean that they're falling apart. It just, until you see who they got and how they work who they got, you can't say they're. I understand you can say what you want. It's your opinion. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you have to understand that Catford are a strong side. I mean, just the defense alone. I look at their backline, including keeper, and I think, damn, you're gonna have a lot of problem with that backline. You know what I mean? Because their backline's strong, I don't know who they're starting with. That's a good problem to have. So yeah, it may look like that, but also you got to also remember, too many cooks spoil the broth. So some teams can oversign and then suddenly be in a situation of who you're gonna play, because in pre-season, everyone is happy. You can give a man 15 minutes in pre-season. You can mix things around. You can try different things in pre-season. Once the season starts and the manager says, I'm going with him, this is how I'm going to play. Next man's looking at you saying, so what, I'm not starting. So what'd you sign me for? It can happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you something, I just remembered a Catford signing. A striker, my old teammate, not going to mention his name, but he was a legend. Yeah, he's a legend. So you can underestimate them if you want, lads. I wouldn't go Catford saying, boy, they're falling apart. And you might get some intel where man's saying, yeah, they're doing this. Boy, you might get turned over. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, don't take Catford lightly, don't take Hollerton lightly. In fact, don't take any of the teams lightly, even the ones we haven't mentioned. It's not a disrespect to mention your top 6. It's just us highlighting the likely 6. I'd be shocked if there's a team lower down gets into this 6. It's a good 6. It's a strong 6. Yeah. But it's not impossible.
Yeah. So we're talking about Wallingham, Bow Street,
Norwood Lakers.
Norwood Lakers.
They might be an outsider, by the way.
No,
they had a couple.
Yeah.
They might be an outsider to break into that 6.
No, I think Norwood Lakers are folded. I think
they folded.
I'm not too sure.
What about Leone Star?
You know what? I can actually look on
I spoke to someone from Norwood Lakers, and he didn't say that. And I spoke to him about a month ago.
I can actually look in the league. No, let me do my job properly.
That's it, man. Don't start
Okay.
throwing up. I told you, man. No chatty patty gossip thing. It's got to be right.
Okay, so the teams in the league, of course, Catford, Craig, Kawuya, Hollington.
You need glasses, bro.
Huh. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay.
You compose yourself.
Wait. Let me. No. Okay, you know, shall I like take a screenshot or like shall I just tell you the teams?
However, this is your show,
Because
man.
because literally I want to. Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. Catford, Cray, Kawuya, Hollington, Independent Vets second, Leone Stars, LSU B, Metropolitan
Independent.
Police,
I'm in Division 2.
Parkwood Rangers, Seagas, and Wallenham.
Okay.
So yeah, so literally that's the reason why I kind of paused because I thought let me just actually look at the league and see. But yeah, independent reserves. So that's actually news to me.
That's big news to me. Big news.
So yeah, that's the reason why I paused because I had to look again. So yeah, so Parkwood Vets, they come up from Div 3, I think.
See, even I have to look now.
Well, there you go. Like that's the reason why I thought let me just take a screenshot. But that's what I'm saying.
Norwood Lakers have folded.
Norwood Lakers have folded, yeah.
All right, they're not there. Or they got relegated. Parkwood Rangers, where did they come from?
Okay, damn. So let me just pull it up on screen so then the viewers apologies.
Wow. Yeah. This is something. I'm glad you didn't tell me about the independent before I made my 6. I ain't changing nothing. I ain't changing nothing.
I mean, I didn't know. So yeah, so there you can see Catford, Cray, Kawuya, Hollington, Independent, Reserves, Leone Stars, London South, Metropolitan Police, Parkwood, Seagas, and Wallington. So yeah, I'm not shocked, but again, it just proves that we didn't really speak about this, and I didn't look at the league. I just took it.
I'll tell you something. Do you want me to predict who's going to be last? Metropolitan Police. You lot better make sure you beat them up. We move. Don't let no Met Police beat you up. That's all I'm saying. Big up Koya again. They're showing me love.
So Nana's coming to the chat. Falling apart where? Laughable. Catford have been building since last year. And we're not the finished article. Gaffer will only want those who are committed to the cause, and that's that. And then Catford have come in with the sunglasses emojis and
I like that response. That's the response. Nana, learn from Catford Vets. No, but I'm with you, Nana. I'm with you. But don't buy it.
And then Nana said, so Nana says this is just a provisional table. It will be completed by the end of next week.
But does that mean some of those teams may not be in that division?
I mean, I will. I think
definitely
we will all find out
after.
Yeah, and hearing that this is going to be a last season, it's going to be a Super League. We see. I guess we'll see.
Guys in the know, man. Nick's in the know. Justin Jones is in the know. Nana he is the know.
He's the know. Like
damn.
We just
us, and then we us two just guessing.
Just guess.
You know what I'm saying? Man, them three need to do a show.
Listen, I mean, no, I mean, again, if I mean, there's 11 teams there, and that's probably, I'd say, yeah, seven of them, 6, 7 of them could be very, very, thereabouts now. Yeah, I'm okay.
Not going to be biased. Come on, independent. Joking.
No, let's
We'll see.
No, hey, I mean, again, Shugs, again, thank you so much for your kind of honest points of view, and like, again, it's always manners and respect, 100%. And again, I think everyone's looking forward to the season to actually start in Div 1 and also in Div 2. And again, when the season starts, we'll be working on a few things now anyway, in terms of getting, like, I'd say a weekly show happening. But again, I can just imagine the comments. I mean, I know that my phone's been blown up already. Again, let me go ahead and see what Hollington is say. All the best to all the teams. Great show as always. Big up, May. The best team win.
Love Hollington.
Yeah. Like I know that there's a slight love there for with like you and Hollington, which is
Of course. The thing is with me, yeah, what you have to understand, yeah. First of all, I love the game, and I met some great people, some great characters in this game. That's the thing that it does. The best thing it does is it brings people together. It brings something we can talk about, something we can discuss, something we can deal with. When we've got all these different energy prices going up, it's tough life. Some people ain't got work and all that. You got a bit of football, a little competitiveness. Also, it makes the more mature adult realize that, my aspirations as becoming a pro or semi-pro are over. But thank you, Nick. But at the same time, why not? We can still be competitive. We can still show them youngsters that we can bring entertainment to this game. So it's all love, man. It's all love.
Should just say you at McDonald's Inc. Hold on, Shug. So like, was it a double sausage?
No, he didn't see me in. He didn't see me in McDonald's. He said he saw me at McDonald's.
So, like, was it a Big Mac meal?
100% not. 100% not. I didn't have no McDonald's in Catford. Had he said another area, I might have been in problems. But he said Catford. And I have been in Catford, by the way, recently. Very recently. So he's not wrong. And I went past that McDonald's. He's not wrong. Was I in McDonald's? Did I eat McDonald's? No.
So the diet's going well.
It's going very well. Training's going well. Man, I had a hard weekend this weekend. Yo. So someone brought the bleep test out again.
Good.
Hard. In this weather? Whoo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's going good. I'm looking forward to it. As I said, the fact that now this second division is so competitive, you're no longer just focusing about your own division. You're actually thinking, damn, what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, you might find that there's gaps in the season where you don't have games. Foreseeable now, first division players will be going down to watch the second division and vice versa. Yeah, because it's that competitive.
And like, to be honest, like, with your energy and passion, like, people would actually want to hear more about Hollington and Catford and Cray and Kawuya as well. Like, these are platforms that literally talk about Masters football. And again, apologies. I've literally had I've had other conversations about doing Division 3, Division 4, Division 5, and I'm like, look, like I just don't have the resources. I don't have the manpower. You know, if I could, I would. So again, that's the reason why it's just for, you know, Division 1 and Division 2. Hopefully I could, you know, I could do more, but like right now, it's just those two. But again, you know, Shugs, you know, with your analysis, not like again, I was listening like a fan. You know, I was kind of listening and thinking, okay, I'm, you know, yeah, I've got to pay attention to this and actually what you're saying and actually how you're breaking it down. You know,
that's it.
It just makes it interesting. Someone said, how can independent second go straight into Division 2?
Maybe you know what? To answer that, it could be because teams have dropped out. They could be. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
I didn't
I mean, I didn't know until I just looked at the league.
But Justin, to be honest, go to Nana because Nana's the one that's obviously delivered that information. So he obviously has a bit more insight into that.
Yeah. I mean, and Nana says this is all good for Vets football. Just ask that we keep it respectful but competitive. True. Good luck for the season all. That's very true.
Definitely.
Very true. And you know what? That's a great way to end the show. Shugs, thank you so much for that coming on. We'll be back in a fortnight. And again, we will probably try and do something on maybe on a Friday, but if not, we will literally tag on to the Staples show on a Sunday. I want to thank everyone that's kind of tuned in. Before everyone goes, I just want to say next week I have Sam. That's going to be talking about defibrillators in the game. And you know, again, you know, we all love playing football, and you know, touch wood, God forbid, you know, we don't get in a situation where one of our colleagues or an opponent collapses or literally, you know, or literally has to have some sort of emergency procedure. We all should know what we all should know something. So next week we'll be talking to like someone about defibrillators and certain things that we can do at pitch side if we don't have one. Yeah, I think it's something that we all should know, right?
Facts. Tell you something, that bus woman nearly made me need a defibrillator today. I was done out here after that run. I was done. But yeah.
Oh dear. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. Shugsy, how can people find you if they want to connect with you on Instagram?
I am Shugsy or Sugar TV. I got two. There you go. Holla back.
And which one do you use more? Like, I mean, you know,
no, I use both because they both because I get notification from both. So it's like my emails. If a person emails me, I'll check them. Like you know what I mean? I'll check. But the one I use most is Sugar TV because that's more linked to videos that I post. Whereas the other one is more about pictures.
Okay, so you have one for pictures and one for videos.
Yeah, I'm like that. It's kind of a OCD of mine.
Damn.
I like to put things. I'm orderly. You wouldn't know what that meant because we know I.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. How can you be orderly? Yeah, I remember distinctly picking you up and you was late. You left your house. We driving. You like, you know what, Tabriz? I forgot my boots. How can I drive to your house? Yeah, it's match day. You know we got a football, you know. You're late coming out. You come out your house. Say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, not to reason. I'm sorry I'm late, you know. I'm sorry I'm late. It's cool. We'll still get there on time. We're driving there. And he said, you know what, Tabriz? I forgot my boots.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've just met the biggest snitch in Vets football. Mr. Tabriz, give him a clap.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week. please like, subscribe, do like all of like the best things. And again, please go and like Sugar TV. Again, without him, without Nana, without you guys, there's no show. But again, please stay tuned for next week's show. Honestly, thank you so much. Have an amazing week, guys. Blessings.